Welcome back to March News and Updates from Engage and to our new revamped studio. And this is our 243rd episode. I'm Mark, the founder, producer and dreamer behind this madness. Together, we have been on a long VR journey, meeting new friends from all over the globe. Most of us here met in AltspaceVR, which started life back in 2015 and sadly shut down March 2023. And we have new friends who've joined us since we moved to Engage XR. Many know of my struggles when I first joined AltspaceVR. I was willing to push through my boundaries with my anxieties, and AltspaceVR was the test. Intimidating as it was, I've kept coming back. Even though I found it hard to speak, I made many friends, many I still see today, even though we have never met in the real world. To me, these are some of the most important people in the world. Now, hopefully, we're going to try and get the slides up here, but I will continue. So,
I'm sorry,
help...
I thought you were projecting him. I got him.
Okay.
Thank you.
There's no news and updates without no technical difficulties.
Indeed.
So we're getting that up. So anyway, after helping with many AltspaceVR events and co-hosting events, I felt the need to give back to the community. With the help of that same community, I founded News and Updates. I created the first logo artwork, and with the help of Lorel, started developing a new look and feel that would eventually become today's News and Updates logo and studio. But things were done with the tools we had at the time. How far we have come since. The studio was created using the world building kit that was brand new in 2018 in AltspaceVR. You entered near some cabins and travelled too far to get to the studio area. We were all innocent and experimenting with world building in those days, weren't we? So over time it evolved, but I'll never forget that huge bridge we had for the audience to view us like ants on that huge stage. The studio in 2019 featured a green room for us and our guests to hang out in before the show. And well, it was just huge, seriously huge. It was the start of a long journey into the world building that continues today. From the beginning, the goal of News and Updates was to inform users on events like Get Social, the Rocket Parties, SDK meetups, and great concerts like Universe, Center Stage, and Open Mic Night. But events were not the only thing happening in Altspace. World building was fantastic for users to show off their skills. We informed users of thousands of worlds they could visit and meet new friends in, showcasing their creative spirits. Lorel joined me for the second show as co-host and reporter and writer. Now, seriously, what was I thinking of doing this on my own? Having her up on board was so much easier than writing it all down on paper and trying to read it through my headset. Now, we have had many step up to help support the show. We had JW, Don VR, and Donna, who became part of the team and then moved on with their own journeys. As time progressed, our team grew larger. Karen, Marsha, Steph, Rich, Lance, Stands with Trees, Karen 666, Lisa, Serenity, and Asian I Won't Say, Grant, Samwise have helped moderate and host the news and update show. We've grown into quite the team. We made more studio changes over the years, usually around this time of year, which is the anniversary time. We loved the 2020 world. That had a secret entrance to get us back, but unfortunately, Lavelle kept crashing with a terrible internet. So she gave up going through the back route and just got in and jumped back on the stage over and over again. We interviewed AltspaceVR staff, had special events and shows. The show was being taken seriously, and we had full house with literally standing room only for several years, even before the pandemic. The process to get to today's studio here in Engage started 2 years ago in AltspaceVR. Me and Noelle worked on upgrading the news and updates format and the studio to be more professional, adding multiple screens, more video, and expanding to cover more topics like hardware, Discord, and don't forget, Master's favourite, fun stuff segment. We've been expanding to events in the real world as people started putting on their masks and braving the new world outside our lockdown homes. Counting up the stats from AltspaceVR today, I'm still astounded by these numbers. So to do all this, it takes 5 to 15 hours a week of work. We have 4 reporters, 2 script writers that produce the script and slides every week. We usually have 1 filmer and a live streamer, though sometimes it's the same person. We have 2 to 3 people recording with the Engage spatial recorder, as there are sometimes glitches, so we go with the best one we can find. And 4 moderators to keep all you unruly people under control. Now, we had 226 episodes with maybe 4 or 5 cancelled. That was in AltspaceVR. This is our 12th show here in Engage XR. We've accumulated over 10,000 hours of YouTube videos. We've hosted over 13,000 audience attendees, and we've written over 7,000 pages of script with over 1.5 million scripted words. And our slide deck has also featured over 15,000 images. All this takes a dedicated and passionate team to deal with, all the tech and the fuss involved. I'm proud to watch this show grow to what we are today. We started with a simple news script covering events and worlds, and look how far we've come. You never know what VR can do for you if you don't jump in. We have met so many new people across many social platforms before COVID and after, and we survived it all. Social VR platforms are magic. You know that, but for me and others with anxiety like myself, it is a safe and welcoming place. I am so proud of our team and all that we have accomplished, often against all odds. We keep on going. So I thank you all for welcoming me into your community and being part of ours. Thank you. And happy 6th anniversary to all of us. So hopefully with emotions in check, please welcome Karen, Marsha, Lorelle and Steph at the news desk, your hosts for news and updates.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Thank you, Mark.
Mark, that's amazing. Don't go away yet, Mark. We're still going to abuse you. Wow. I love seeing
my heart's
you know,
still pounding from
stuff.
listening to that story. It was beautiful.
Oh, you did. It was really, really beautiful.
Very beautiful.
And Mark, you know, what the work you've done with the studios and stuff and seeing all those pictures, God, what memories. Okay, it seems I'm having some audio problems, as usual. Yes, no?
Sound good to
Nope.
me.
Okay.
No.
All right, good. And so I am so thrilled to have been a part of this for so long. And I'm just stunned. So Mark, can we take, Mark has gone back to his work thing.
No, he's
there
here.
you are. There you are. You're behind me. You're behind me. So Mark, you want to introduce Let's introduce everybody on the team. Mark, you want to introduce everybody?
To the team. So we'll go from go to the far right. So to the right we have Marsha, Steph.
Yay, Marsha. Yay, Steph.
And
Yay,
to the left,
Steph.
Lorelle, of course.
Yay, Lorelle.
Yay,
And
Lorelle.
Of course. Yeah, Lorelle.
We have Rich. Rich is not invisible. He is up in his spot.
Very visible.
Up in the back road. Very visible, yes.
Yes.
We have stands with trees up on to my right. And Lance is hiding.
Yeah, he's hiding in the back.
He's hiding.
As usual.
There he is. There he is. He's pushing buttons. And then don't forget Dave.
Dave the Turner, yeah, who's helping with spatial recordings. Anyone else?
And then Ancient, I won't say.
Ancient, I won't
It's a
say.
little back.
Ancient.
He-
Yay, Ancient.
he's
Where
not
is
here.
he?
Yay.
He's not here.
He's not here.
No,
He isn't?
yeah, no, he told me he might be late, but we'll see what we can do.
Ah.
So Dave is doing the spatial recording, and yours is the only one we got, Dave. So let's hope it works because Dance with Trees is having technical difficulties. And so I'm sure he'll start recording when he gets back in after rebooting.
Put the pressure on him.
Okay. And Karen 6 is up there. Did you already get to her?
Yeah,
Karen 666?
she was hiding behind your
Yeah.
head. I didn't see her.
Yay, Karen 6, my
My big
bad.
head. My big head. Yeah. We love it. We love all of you that are here, and you keep us rocking and rolling, right? No, Mark, I just would like to know what's a favorite memory from you got 5 years of memories. What's a favorite memory?
Putting him on the spot there.
Yeah.
Oh, he's had months to think about this.
I have, but there's
Years.
only one
Years.
that comes to mind. It's got nothing to do with news and updates.
Wait, can you
I'm gonna
think of
say-
anything? Okay.
Only one. There's nothing to do with news and updates though. But it's an old space memory. I mean,
It's your show.
yeah. My memory is. It's not as good as it used to be. I'm sure there's something, but there isn't.
Well,
All right. Well,
how
do you
about
want to
just
think
starting
let's
us
ask the
off?
rest? Let's ask the
Put me
rest.
on,
Marsha,
you
go
put me
for
on
it.
the
And then
spot. You know,
I
I'm
know I
not
put him
going
on the
to
spot.
remember.
We'll come back to you, Mark.
Well,
Marsha,
well,
favorite
one of my
memory
favorite
of the show.
one of my favorite funny moments was I think it was a Halloween show, and we were up here being our goofy selves, as we always
In
do.
costume, probably.
And
yeah.
no, we weren't. But I remember
Yeah?
he had ghouls and stuff all over the
Oh, yeah.
seats and stuff. You remember that? And
Oh,
I
the
don't know. We were
zombies.
saying something. We were going on, and all of a sudden, you guys said, "Turn around." No, you said, "Mark gonna smack you upside the head." And I turned around. He was right there, big old ghoul, and he smacked me upside the head.
Violence on the set.
Violence.
We're out of control. Out of control. I love that. I remember that.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Steph?
My favorite was when I forgot to turn off my phone and it suddenly announced it with her full name, who was calling me, which then got into the YouTube. Thank you very much, Mark. I've not forgotten since. Thank you.
Was that live streamed or was it recorded?
It was recorded.
It was recorded. Okay, I'll probably missed that bit. I forgot.
Hence,
To
from
Yeah,
now
let him
on,
know
we
and
all
let him
remind
edit.
each other to turn our phones off.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Maybe that should be at the top of the script.
Yes,
turn all
it
phone
needs to be.
and devices off.
Yeah. Yeah. Karen, how about you?
Well, I guess I have a lot of favorite memories, but probably my most favorite one is when I was new in AltSpace, and first time I came to news and updates, and I was just blown away by how cool it was hearing the news and watching you and Donna crack up over everything. And then it was a few weeks later, I kept telling Rich, oh, you got to check out the YouTube video. And he did, and he kind of fell in love with it too. And it was just, I don't know, it was magical. And then, a group of us, we'd always stay after it was over for a long time, and then nobody could get in, right, because the event closed.
Mm-hmm.
We just stay around and talk, and we still do that today. But yeah, just a lot of fun memories of news and updates before I even became a host. It's a really cool
I
show.
love it.
That was
Yeah,
a mistake
I
right there.
agree.
Staying
It's
behind at the end of the show. That was a mistake.
Poor Mark, it's really late.
Oh,
I've been
Mark
racking,
kills us
I've been
after the
racking my
show.
brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been racking my brain about, because I have 5 years of packed memories every freaking weekend, and the in-betweens too. But I think one of my favorites was, Mark, when we were able to bring in the avatar little dolls. We could duplicate avatars, and you brought him in, and he decorated the studio. You put, he had him on a pedestal in the studio.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then,
yeah.
and and I had him set them up so that people could pick them up. So people picked them up and started throwing them at each other.
Oh,
so
no.
you're seeing your avatar be thrown across the room. It was your avatar, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We got to
Yeah,
throw Mark
that's
across
right.
the room. Oh, yeah, just pick him up and throw his avatar, and somebody else would catch it, pick it up and throw it across the room. It's a weird, surreal experience that you can only do in VR, to see avatars, your avatar fly across the room. It was insane.
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
oh, there I go again.
Yeah, it was like, touching Mark, quit Mark down, Things you can only say in VR. Now do you have a memory?
That actually brought two memories actually. So
Okay.
going back to those avatars, it was funny because not only did I have dolls as soon as you walked in, that you just pick up and hold them and throw them across the studio, but I had full size ones literally in the audience, and I had my laptop earphones in, and
Yeah, you can. You can start from now, and we can blend it.
Checking the audio, and I hear someone by the camera bot talking to someone, and luckily I wasn't streaming or recording at the time, so I turned the camera bot around and just see this person just talking to my avatar.
Uh-oh.
I just laughed. I didn't unmute. I just laughed, and yeah, that was just hysterical. Just watching someone just walk out and say, "Hi, hello, are you there? Hi, Can you speak? Can you not talk? No? Unmute? No? Oh, okay. It was just
Oh,
funny,
it's
just watching it go.
hysterical.
So you just watch it, okay. And walks in, takes a seat somewhere. But yeah, saying the other one is actually quite recent. You know, these four always cause mischief during the show.
Oh.
Right. You know it all. I know it. So of course, there was something to do with fun stuff, and it was going on and on about it, and then suddenly I thought, you know what? I've had enough. I'm getting on that stage. I'm walking across here. I'm going to stand right here, and I'm going to stare here. I'm going to stare at the well, and the well's going, oh no, Daddy's home, and runs off.
Daddy's home.
Meow, 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 meow,
Oh,
meow.
no, no, it's
That
fine.
one. It was a, yeah, there you go.
Oh, that was a funny time too.
You know,
Oh my
the
God.
well's
Oh,
favourite word is whack-a-mark. So I always used to go under the
whack-a-mole.
ground.
Yeah.
Now,
Yep.
whack-a-marsha. Whack-a-marsha.
Yeah. That sounds kinky. But you know, the greatest memory I have across all these 5 years is the laughter. Without a doubt,
Mhm.
I don't think I've laughed harder.
Absolutely.
I have laughed so hard that I've peed myself, which I hate saying, but it's the truth. You know, doesn't matter what age you
No.
are.
Too
you know,
much
you're laughing too
information,
hard.
Laurel.
No, that is
seriously.
just something
But
you
it's
should not
hysterical.
admit during a live
Oh,
stream.
come on. We've all done it. But
Oh,
when you can,
I am so
know,
sorry, YouTube.
yeah,
I'm
stop
so,
it.
so sorry.
But it's the laughter and it's the relationships. It is absolutely amazing how, you know, what friendships and bonds that have done. But, you know, every once in a while I'll put into the script when it's funny, I'll put in the word laughter in brackets. But sure enough, we're already in hysterics before it even gets to the command to
Yes.
start laughing.
That's so
We're so gone. We're so, and some of the stuff, you know, I never thought I'd be good at writing comedy, but boy, oh boy, it just seems to come naturally right here.
even if you do say so yourself.
Thank you.
But it's also, you know, I think the laughter is probably the biggest thing that is the greatest joy. We can guarantee you that we're gonna tackle sad things, and that's really hard. We've had to share some really sad news. We've had to share some heartbreaking news. You know, sharing the closure of AltSpace was incredibly painful. That was
Yeah.
very, very painful.
Very bad.
And yet we celebrate, you know, the fact that we're continuing on and we have relationships with everybody. So thank you. Thank you all for hanging in with our goofiness and as we try to be
Absolutely.
professional.
Yeah.
Anything else,
Yeah,
Mark?
we try.
No?
Nah.
Oh, he's going
Bye,
back to
You
his
say
room, Mommy.
professional? Oh, God, you use the word professional.
Bye,
Oh,
Dad.
man. Oh, no.
Run away, Mark.
Okay.
Oh, we love Mark.
Oh, don't use
We
professional in
do.
my
We
presence.
love us. Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
In
I
absentia.
think
Oh,
we
there you are.
said it. What was it? I think we said it all. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mark.
All right. Get out of
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Be gone. Let's do this.
I'm in the show.
Oh, bye.
Okay, so at the end of the show, we are going to be opening up the audience, you know, to the audience and our beloved audience, and so start thinking. So you're not like Mark caught, you know, right there in the moment. We want you to think about what are some of your thoughts and memories on your favorite moments in the history of news and updates. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be opening up the floor. So I'm really excited. All right, we ready, girls?
Yes, ma'am. Onward and upward.
Okay. Metaverse news. First out the gate. Steam is celebrating its own anniversary. They're celebrating 20 years. Valve, the company behind Steam, created a cute walk down memory lane and offered members some goodies before we get to that, let's remember that people hated Steam.
Mm.
When it launched, they just hated it. Now we can't live without it. How far Steam has come. Now, EA, Sony, Ubisoft, Microsoft, and even Blizzard are putting their games on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now on to the goodies. They have some animated stickers and fun profile backgrounds for your Steam account, along with fun items discounted from your favorite games. You can find these in the Points shop, and in the store, you will find some interesting merch like sales on the Steam Deck hand game device. Be sure and check the game sales lists, as many of the most popular and desired games are on sale for their anniversary.
Uh-huh. Quest's latest update is rolling out as number 57. It brings even more avatar customization options, improvements in Horizon Home, mixed reality apps that work without the Guardian so you can move easily around your space, and some news feeds improvements. It includes an update to Quest 2 hand tracking that they predict will make hand tracking almost as fast as controllers. I'll believe that when I feel it.
Me too, when you feel it. Other updates include Meta Horizon Group links to send to friends via messaging apps and invite groups into apps, the ability to undo image messengers in VR, the improved multitasking. It's doing all of those things. My goodness. The last feature is one many of us are excited about because it means we can use multiple apps simultaneously in what they're calling near-far configuration. It allows you to interact with hands or controls or switch between views using the quick settings. Switch view.
One of the not-so-favorite improvements is the replacement of the Explore tab by the Horizon feed. Designed to better promote and access Horizon World's content, games, and apps, many are finding it frustrating to get to their onboard games. Another change they snuck in is the removal of the Quest casting mobile camera feature that allows you to simultaneously capture your VR experience and your real-life experience using your iPhone camera.
Yeah, I didn't know they even had that. And it's going away. Darn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, there have been quite a few announcements of discount prices for Quest 2 around the world, with many saying that with the Quest 3 announcement and the release, likely we'll see next month at the Connect conference, they're giving the Quest 2 headset away at cheaper prices. That's not the only way they're giving it away. It's like they're clearing out. You remember when there was a backlog of that we couldn't get them? So now they're giving them away. They're giving them away. And Meta has announced that they're not only donating dozens and dozens and dozens, hundreds of headsets to dozens of schools and universities. They're giving them away at conferences. So attendees at Roblox Developers Conference received the free MetaQuest Pro. So it's not the Quest 2, it's the Pro. And nobody wants it. It's expensive.
I'll take one of the giving it away.
Yeah, same here.
Me too.
Yeah. And so all the people attending this Roblox Developers Conference received a free MetaQuest Pro, and also to help celebrate the announcement that Roblox will soon launch publicly, it's right now in the Instagram apps, on the Quest store. So get ready, Roblox is invading. Marsha?
Oh, it is invading the Roblox will soon launch on the Quest. Yes, it's invading our stores. Yes, we love it.
Yep.
Okay, we love our space apps and worlds. Don't we all love that? Okay. The Felix and Paul VR trilogy is out, called In Space Explorers Blue Marble. Named Orbit 1, 2, and 3, the series takes you on a jaw-dropping 360-degree view of planet Earth, filmed from the International Space Station. You've heard of the overview effect?
Uh-huh.
The overview effect, that's the psychological, almost spiritual experience that astronauts experienced when they look back on the planet from space. It's a transformative experience, making you feel the insignificance of humans, and yet the power of this precious blue and green marble among billions of stars and planets. It's a powerful feeling that changes you. You can experience it yourself with free releases on the Quest store. Let us know how it changes you.
I love that. A couple weeks ago was the Venice Immersive 2023 Film Festival. Every year, the showcase in Italy expands its VR and AR offerings, and this year was no exception.
The festival featured Sen, a Vive app that greets a magical tea spirit to take you on a journey through a short but symbolic story of death and rebirth. It's called Floating with Spirits, and it's the story of two young Mazatec sisters in Mexico on a magical journey into lands occupied by the four spirits of nature. Fascinating.
Wow. Yeah. Jim Henson's The Storyteller, The Seven Ravens, is an AR experience using Magic Leap 2 that made a book come to life. Neil Gaiman narrates the story, which continues to grab attention and awards. Body of Mine, which we've mentioned on the show before, is a very welcome addition that promotes transgender empathy by demonstrating what gender dysphoria looks and feels like.
What was most interesting was that many of the people could hang out in the Venice immersive world in VR chat, which has been gaining back a more positive reputation lately. Most of the featured worlds were highlighted there, including the Complex 7 world as a post-apocalyptic setting for robots and petable cats. Robots and petable cats? The world should still be active in VR chat if you wish to explore.
Well, the big announcement from Unity this week was supposed to be their neural network inference library called Centis, which will import trained neural network models in real time into the editor and or locally on any platform that Unity supports.
Cool.
What turned out to be bigger news instead was Unity's new runtime fee structure announced Tuesday that will be tied to a player's installations of a game, an action that previously didn't cost developers anything. Unity has since tried to reassure that the majority of builders will remain unaffected, saying only the initial installation of a game would trigger a fee. The demos mostly wouldn't trigger fees, nor are devs on the hook for Game Pass installs. Many remain unconvinced and angry.
Indeed, very angry. This is an ongoing story, as there have been death and bomb threats and some serious nasty responses to this. A lot of myths are coming up, a lot of fake news. It's really sad. It is actually the bomb threats and the death threats have caused the closure, hopefully very temporary, of several Unity companies and their branches, and also the canceling of public events. So we're going to keep you updated on this in our news and updates Discord as best as we can. But we're going to cover it more next week when all the dust settles, so we can give you more positive news. So stay tuned. Gives you a reason to come on back.
Absolutely.
Next week.
Oh, the suspense.
Yes. Well,
That's crazy.
We couldn't finish this show without a visit with Marsha's favorite fun stuff. So take it away, Marsha. Steph, sorry.
Steph is going to take it.
Okay.
I'll start off by saying
I don't want to take it. Let's let you do it.
News agencies love to describe complicated science and measurements in ways that are easy to understand, but sometimes they go a little too far. Take Salon magazine, for example. A few weeks ago, they reported that an asteroid as big as a king-sized bed was scheduled to pass by the planet. A few hours later, they changed it to big as a car. And now the article title reads, as big as a house.
Yeah. You know, there's little difference in all the stuff out there in space. You know, I mean, the size between like a king-size bed and a car. Okay, it's relative to stuff out in space. I can understand that one. But there's a huge difference between a bed passing by the house, or planet, and a house coming by. I don't know about you, but for me, that's a size differential that I'm not ready for. You know, seriously, I say it's time to start building those underground bunkers if we're going to have house size.
Yeah, it's where it lands.
Scary.
Yeah.
That's not the truth.
But honestly, do we need to be told an asteroid is a city killer or a dinosaur killer, right? Do we need to be told that? I mean, what about
Apparently so.
couch-sized boulders or school bus-sized alligators? Oh, I like this one. A car-sized diamond. You
Okay,
know,
thumbs up for that one.
A horse-sized dog. What comparisons will they be used next? Okay, I'm off to build me an underground bunker.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to start investing in an underground bunker for sure if they keep describing things like that.
Uh-huh.
It's
Wow.
like it's safe enough to know that it's good enough to know that an asteroid is missing us. Okay, but do we need to have these stupid comparisons? I don't know. Well,
It's just a little
outside
context,
asteroid,
that's all.
you know. I
If you
guess
find
so,
some
but there's some
better
weird
humor
stuff.
and fun stuff for us
Please
to include
do.
in the show, please let us know in our news and updates Discord, and you will find yourself laughing at it here and along with us.
So true. Well, thanks to all of you for celebrating our 5th year anniversary here at with our News and Updates family. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being with us through all the years. Again, we'd like to single out all of our volunteers and supporters who have been with us for years, keeping the virtual lights on. And of course, to you guys for coming here and making this show a part of it. We really appreciate everybody's involvement.
Well, and first to our hosts, Laurel, Marcia, Karen, and myself, Steph. All of us were in the audience for years. Then we moved into support roles, then to the reporter's desk, and so we feel very much a part of this family.
On the floor and behind the scenes are Lance Stands with Trees, Rich, Dave the Turner, Karen 666, and so many others. Thank
don't
you
forget
for
Ancient.
hanging in there.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ancient,
Yes,
I won't
Ancient.
say. That's quite a
Definitely.
word. Ancient, I won't say. But he's here in spirit. We know it. And but thank you all. Thank you all for hanging in there, keeping us safe, and mostly keeping us sane.
With Mark's
Possible,
help.
indeed.
And we also have to thank all of our sources for news. We have them up on the screen, and without their reporting, our job would be much harder. So thank you.
Now, most of all, we need to thank one of my best friends, our producer, Mark, who's been with us through the good, bad, the ugly, the excellent, and definitely the ugly, all layers of it. He stood by, supported us, and most of all, put up with us, as you have seen. And as you've also witnessed, he keeps us on track and saying, okay, most of the time, we try to be good, but, you know, sometimes we just can't help it, right? I mean, who else
allowed.
would trust four crazy wackadoodle girls on stage and in control of a show? There's some respect there. You got to admit that. But most of all, from a single thought in his determination in 2018 to get back to the VR community, something that the community needed, and his faith to see it through to today in 2023, that's courage. It's a hearty heart of perseverance. And it is, I'm going to start crying. Crap.
Hold it in.
Seriously, the passion that he has put into this, the thousands and thousands of hours, and pushing against barriers that I know are really hard for him to do. He has pushed through every boundary, every obstacle, every objection that we've put forward, everything. He has pushed through it and fought back too. And not giving in, held his ground, and because he knew at his heart what the big picture and the small picture, but knew it all and kept steady to that faith, that original dream that he had in 2018. So thank you for that. We are so proud to be working with you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Marsha, all
Marsha.
you.
After the show, you get me all choked up here. After the show, we are opening up the floor to hear from you about your memories of the show and all the past 5 years in VR, or however many years you've been in VR. What were your favorite moments? Share with us how VR has changed for you and changed you as well.
Well, we film the show here in our studio live on Fridays and repeat it with a spatial recording every Saturday because we love keeping you updated on what is happening in the metaverse. Please join our News and Updates Discord to keep up with news announcements we make throughout the week, and subscribe to our News and Updates YouTube channel. Check out that channel for live streaming and recordings of past TV shows.
And remember, you are the reason we do this every week. Like we've said, most of these past 5 years, stand tough, stand up, and most of all, in these uncertain times, please, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yay!
We
You know,
did it,
I might add
Yay,
that, are we
Matthew
going to
said we
have
did
the
a thing.
replay tomorrow?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
the replay
we
is
might
supposed to be
invite
here
everybody
tomorrow.
to invite
All right,
friends
Philip,
and come
do you
and,
want to take a seat? Yeah. Go ahead, Marsha.
oh, tomorrow we have the rerun, the redo,
Mm-hmm.
Redux, and we invite you, and we invite you to invite some of your friends, and let's fill it up like it was in AltSpace. This makes me feel like I'm still in AltSpace looking out
Yes.
at everybody.
It
Yeah, it
sure
It
does.
really does.
Absolutely.
All right. All right, Philip, we invite you. Yep, take his chair, and we're going to unmute everyone. So please stay muted until it's your turn to talk, and then but shout out, because you can try raising your hand. We'll try to pay attention to you, but let's hear from you. What are some of your memories? So the spatial recording will end, and we're just going to film the video, I believe. Dave, you're up. Memories. Dave? Oh, Dave muted again. All right. Who wants to go? Kurt, I know you got plenty of memories. Yay!
Come on, Kurt. Come on, Kurt.
What kind of memories now are we talking about?
Memories of the show, memories of the last 5 years in VR. You probably, okay, maybe they've been burned up because, you had the whole summer to play, and, there's some psychedelics are legal now in some places.
True. Yeah, right. No, I just, it's been a couple of years, been doing this for a while now. And I remember in the AltspaceVR days, we packed the house and then some. And it was great. And then we had great conversations afterwards and stuff about the events that were taking place and people's experiences on the platform and everything. That was really good. And I think, we're still here. We're still going strong, right? And I hope we get more people back in here and, we get it going again. So it'll be great.
Yeah. Well, we got a good sized
Absolutely.
audience today, so I'm glad. Darren, what about you? Nothing. Oh, come on.
Oh, come on, Darren. Darren, you're going to be sorry later you didn't say something. You have lots of memories. Come on, Darren. Or he's going to be mad at me for pushing him. One of the
He's
two.
going to be. Yeah, and Charlie, I'd ask you, but you usually sleep through the show. So we love Charlie. Charlie would come in, and within a few minutes, that head would be down, and we'd know, it's a safe place. So we love you, Charlie. All right, go ahead.
Glad to
Leslie Faye,
oblige.
unmute. Yeah.
I
Hey, Leslie.
have a good memory. My
Okay.
memories when I first started coming to AltSpace, and Marsha and them help me with the problem, and then they told me about news and updates. So I started coming here, and I remember on the board you had the numbers of years, and I remember it was the first year you guys started with news and updates. I think that's when I started coming.
2018. I think it was more like 2019, but that's okay. It was
19,
still early on.
2019.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
2020. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
When
yeah.
the pandemic
We've been going for it,
started.
but still-
Yeah.
That was 2020.
2020.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And it was
and
interesting.
you haven't been able
go
to get
ahead.
rid of
Go
me
ahead.
yet. And you haven't been able to get rid of me yet.
No, we don't.
No,
We
we'll
love
be
you.
around for a while.
You
Leslie.
asked for that. We love you. No, you're such a loyal fan. We are so appreciative of you. It's just wonderful. You know, the pandemic was really a game changer in so many ways. It put a lot of pressure on us because we've been doing it for two plus years, and suddenly people were coming in like crazy. I mean, we had full houses even before that, but we had a lot of people coming in, and it's we worked with Altspace. We got the size, audience size increased and stuff, but we were adding the news about COVID and the lockdown and stuff to our news, and that helped us to start branching out and understanding that the day-to-day world out there also impacts you. Not just, we're not isolated here in VR. We really aren't. It's we're all connected through the outside as well as through this virtual metaverse world.
If anything, we're more connected because we're spreading across the world our connections. And what happens in one place affects us all in another. So that's part of the
Absolutely.
gift of being part of this kind of community.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right. Dave, you wanna-
nice to know. It's nice to know sometimes, like, let's say somebody one of our friends lives in Hawaii, and after their terrible disaster, you can go up to them. You can at least tell somebody almost in person, avatar wise, but you can go up and hug somebody and tell them how much you're thinking about them and you empathize with them. Or an earthquake in Morocco, or no matter what, we meet people here from those countries, and we can feel what they're feeling and learn more about it firsthand.
Absolutely.
Remember when that typhoon went by and we didn't hear from George for so long, and everybody's going,
oh yes,
I hope he's still there.
Yes.
We feel for people. Dave, did you want to add?
Yeah. When I was just shutting down the recording, you said, Dave, you're up. I was busy. Yeah. Well, I don't remember any one particular thing that I know especially, but I've always enjoyed the funny stuff, for one thing, and learning things that I wasn't aware of. I can't keep up with it all myself, so it's nice to come in here and hear news about virtual reality and technical things. But I think most of all, I've enjoyed meeting people, smart, nice, and especially funny people. So that's been the best part of it all.
That's our demographic, girl.
Okay.
Mark, we've got our demographic has been identified now. Thanks, Dave. I love it. One of the things that I say all the time when I'm teaching in educators in VR and stuff, that the audience is usually smarter than the people up on the stage. And there's some truth to that. And we have a really intelligent audience. And y'all intimidate me sometimes. But, we serve you because we know that you're intelligent. Now, you're also stupid because you fall for our stupid jokes. But I can't, it's balancing act. It's balancing act because even we fall for our own stupid jokes. But really, you make us smarter because when we're writing for you and we're putting this together for you, we're respecting your intelligence and you're making us work harder to make sure that we bring you the best information. It's condensed, it's short. We cover a lot of topics, but we know if you find something of interest, you're going to dive deeply on your own. But why you put up with our stupid jokes? I don't.
It's almost part being a comedy show, live comedy show.
It is. Well, I still, one of the hardest laughs that I've had recently, which I desperately needed, was about the meow thing had me going, but the chat GPT, the translation that it means
Yes.
cat's fart.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. I got miles. I got miles out of that. And I made the mistake. I made the mistake of telling my husband that we used his dad jokes that he started collecting recently.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, and
Oh, what a mistake that is.
and he keeps giving me more of them.
More and more.
Like,
Oh, what a
like,
mistake
what
it
did-
is.
what did- yes, exactly. Like, what did the janitor say when he opened the supply closet door?
What does the janitor say when he opens the supply closet door?
Supplies.
Oh,
Oh my God.
walked right into that one.
Oh. Laurel,
Yes.
I would like my brother Rich to say something. Rich, I know you're going to kill me later. Darren's probably going to kill me too. But you're always
Get the Band-Aids
talking
out,
about,
Rich.
You're always talking because we go for a walk after this show every week almost, and you're always talking about what Mark has done and how much respect you have for his technical expertise. So maybe you want to share that. You have to unmute. So don't say you're
he's there.
Mark.
F1.
Rich.
I don't think he's there.
He's not there anymore.
For all that.
Well,
That was a beautiful
He did that
setup.
on
I have a funny-
purpose.
I have a funny story about Rich. When we
Uh-oh.
first came in to engage,
That'll
Karen
fix
and
'em.
Rich and I met up so we could practice. And Rich kept wanting to teleport, or not teleport. He wanted to move forward, and he kept teleporting. He'd be bouncing like a ping pong ball across the.
No.
I remember that.
I love it. I love it.
Whoops!
So, Rich,
We
are you
scared
there?
him away.
Oh, he probably stepped away from his computer.
Oh,
Well,
Either that
you
or
know
he's
what?
pretending not to hear you.
Oh, why is Lance so
Anyway,
quiet?
give us an example.
Okay,
He's
well,
ghosting you.
he just said he had so much respect for Mark, who's like, and I'm paraphrasing now. It's going to be my words, not his. But Mark's like a puppet master pulling all the strings, and he says people don't realize all of what he has to do and what goes on behind the scenes. I mean, he's behind the computer. He's in his headset. He's live streaming. He's recording. He's
Talking on Discord.
changing
Mhm.
yes, changing slides. And he said people, it's all behind the scenes, and people don't see that, and they really don't have a clue as to how complicated all that is and what it takes to be able to pull that off.
It's like rubbing head, patting tummy, chewing gum, walking while also, I don't know, dancing a jig. Can you jig and walk? I don't know. I'm
Strutting.
queen of bad metaphors.
We-
But
we get the idea.
It's very complicated. All right, last chance. Anyone there out in the audience who wants to share a memory or an idea before
Lance,
we wind this
let's
up?
hear from Lance. Let's hear from
Yeah,
Lance.
Lance. Yes.
Yeah,
Lance.
Lance.
Lance is me.
You're being
The
son
show
of
right,
will be
well-
starting in 3 minutes.
Show has
You are
already
now
ended,
muted.
technically. All right.
No, go for it.
So
We're still being
for
recorded.
a while, for a while when I was in Altspace, I was already roaming around. I was world hopping already, doing all that. And then I met someone. Hang on. I met someone named Spiky Gray, which we haven't seen her in a while. She's been busy, but I met her one of these days, or one of the days that we were going to Dargon's Pull the Carpet, which was this Mount Everest world, which I beat everyone getting up there. I can take about a
got
couple
an
of
award,
minutes
too,
to be
an
able to
award.
be up there and be like, now I'm just gonna wait.
Don't
but mostly 'cause I
brag,
found out the tricks.
Lance.
But we were in that world. We were all hopping around. I kept going back and forth, going to the top and going back down to help everyone as I torment Karen. But Spiky, she said, "Have you gone to New?" Oh no, she goes up to me and said, "Hey, are you going to news and updates on Saturday?" And I looked at her and I was like, "What's news and updates?" Because at the time I didn't know what it was. Again, I was new. So, she kind of pushed me to go. So the very first Saturday, I don't remember what day that was. I just popped in thinking, I'll attempt this out. Because for a while there, I thought it was going to be the usual news channels that I'd usually watch. And it was better than I thought it was going to be because it made me laugh. I had fun. And then after that, I just kept coming. And now, look, I'm working. If you're wondering, I was the one dealing with the buttons, trying to be like, okay, I have to push this button right here for the camera to pop up in everyone's face over there. Which was difficult, but I was trying my best to get it perfect. But I've had a blast since I've been here, and I've had so many funny memories. One of the memories that just now popped in my head is Spiky Gray was sitting next to me. She lost traction of her controller, and the controller popped in my face. So just for fun, I acted like it slapped me. And then afterwards, I'm like, "You slapped me in the face." She looked at me, she's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Oh, you lost control of your controller, and it smacked me in the face." Her hand flew away and just smacked me like I was nothing. I don't know, just so many nice memories, and I'm happy to help out too.
Well,
Oh, we love you.
I want to say a little bit about Lance. I think Lance deserves the award of the year for growth. No, the award of 5 years for the growth that he has achieved. And
Exactly.
Laurel, you've been such a godsend to him, and just to see the growth and the talent and the wonderful brain that Lance has been absolutely an amazing growth to watch.
Uh-huh.
I have a brain.
Absolutely. You have a growth, honey. You got to grow. Lance has done it all by himself. He has done it all by himself. And what is beautiful is, for those of you who don't know the story, I'm not going to tell it all, but Lance has had a troubled past, and he is now in a really safe space, and he is he's within punching distance of my hand. So no, I'm
So
kidding.
behave yourself, Lance.
Anyway, he's in a safe space, and he's getting the schooling and the education and the support that he has needed to allow him to bloom. And a lot of it is due to this community. This community came to me and said, "We got to do something about Lance." I'm going, "What trouble is he in now?" No, we got to rescue him. And Karen and Marcia and everybody was, everybody was a part of this process to help lift him up. And I'm so proud of everyone. And that's so to close this down, that is part of the greatest joy that News and Updates and Educators in VR has brought, is this ability that we've created a family. Tears. Okay.
Yeah.
We've created a family, and we've also just taught ourselves that our family was not restricted to a single platform. We're now everywhere. And there was so much worry and anxiety that when we left AltSpace, over and over and over, we heard, how can we find each other? How can we find each other? We're never going to be in touch again. We're not going to be able to find each other. We can't see each other. And I kept saying over and over again, that is not true. That is not true in any way, shape, or form, because the people who have the bonds that we have will hunt you down. We'll find you. We'll connect. It isn't.
We'll haunt you.
And that's a good thing, really. Really.
It's a really good thing. The community that we've built lasted, and it continues to grow, continues to evolve, and that's one of the greatest things that it's really hard for others to appreciate, because they just don't get it, but we do. We get it, right? So I want to, on behalf of Mark, on behalf of all of our team and everyone, I want to thank you all for being here, for making the last 5 years be just joyous beyond belief, and for sharing the sad as well as the joy. I want to thank you. We're going to be here tomorrow, for most of us, for the Redux, the repeat version of the spatial recording, which I hope is going to work, and we always hope. And if not, we'll just have a good old party. So thank you to Mark, and thank you to everyone. And get out of here. Go. Be gone. Thank you, everyone.
Be gone.
Thank you.
Be gone.
Bye.